Welcome students, here I am Dr. Amjad Ali. In this video we will learn about multiple regression, its formulation and its empirics. Dear students, as we know that in simple regression we have a one dependent variable and one independent variable, but in real life situation it is not always true that a dependent variable is always decided by only one independent variable. A variable depends upon two or more independent variable or regressor. For example, the yields of a crop depends upon the fertility of land, fertilizer, rainfall or quality of seed. These all four independent variables are jointly decide the yield of a crop. Likewise, the systolic blood pressure of a person depends upon person's weight, age, diet. In such cases or in such situation, the technique of simple regression may be expanded to include several other independent variables, and when we include more than one independent variable in a regression model, this is known as multiple regression model. Multiple regression, in case of multiple linear regression where k independent variable influence the dependent variable y, the general format of a model become as yi is equal to alpha plus beta 1 xi1 plus beta 2 x2i plus so on beta k xki plus epsilon I. Here subscript I explain the number, maybe the number of observation, maybe the number of cross section, and I is equal to 1, 2, 3, so on n. Here epsilon I are the random errors, and normally in linear regression model we suppose that the error term is white noise, and we have a very good knowledge about the white noise error term in our previous chapters or in our previous analysis. Okay, here alpha and betas are the unknown parameters of the population. Alpha is the intercept, or you can call it a constant at the same time, and beta 1, beta 2 and beta k are the regression coefficient for the variable x1, x2, so on xk respectively, and x1, x2i and xki are the fixed value of the k independent variables. Okay, here are some qualities or some merits of the error term. Error term is assumed to be expected value of error term is equal to 0 for all I. This implies that for a given values of I, if we have a model here, expected value of y is equal to alpha plus beta 1 xi1 plus beta 2 x2i plus so on beta k xki. So when we find the error of this expected regression line, the sum of the error is equal to 0. The variance of error term is supposed to be constant. You can write the variance VAR epsilon I, or you can write the expected value of epsilon square or sigma square. So variance should be constant for your error term. There is no relationship between two error terms, epsilon I or epsilon j. This means that the errors are independent of each other. If the errors are correlated with one another, we call it a autocorrelation. Okay, there is no relationship between the error and independent variable, or one independent variable or all the regressors. So error and independent variable or explanatory variables are independent to each other. Error are normally distributed with a mean of 0 and a constant variance. So these are 4 or 5 main qualities are which we are assumed that conducting any type of multiple linear regression analysis. Okay, last one. It is assumed that a multiple regression model that there is no exact relationship between the independent variables. Any two independent variables are more than two independent variables, like we have here. If we have x1, x2 and x3 here, so x2 and x3 not correlated with one another. They are uh, uh, independent to each other. So if they are correlated with one another, so this is known as multicollinearity. We will discuss multicollinearity in another video. Okay, estimated multiple linear regression model. We have estimated yi is equal to alpha plus b1 xi x1i plus b2 x2i plus so on bk xki. Here a, or you can call it alpha, and bi are the least square estimates of the population parameters. Population parameters, we know that the population parameters are represented by alpha and beta. So these sample a and b are the true representative of our population parameter alpha and beta. The parameter betas are their estimates. Here population parameters and their estimates are sample based estimated analysis are called the partial regression coefficient, as beta I are its estimates, measure the change in the mean value of y for a unit change in xi, while all other x variables remain unchanged. So this reveals that every parameter of beta 1, beta 2 individually or partially explain what percentage change in one independent variable brings how much change in the dependent variable. Okay, multiple linear regression with two regressor. When we have a two independent variable, like we have a two independent variable here, x1 and x2, the predicting equation for an individual y value is as yi is equal to alpha plus beta 1 xi1 plus beta 2 x2i plus so on beta k xki plus epsilon I. This is our population multiple regression line. From the population multiple regression line, when we find the estimated multiple linear regression with the help of sample, we get it y hat. Here we know that y hat means the estimated y is equal to alpha plus b1 xi1 plus b2 x2i. Here we have a two independent variable x1 and x2. For a set of n observation with variables, like we have three variables in our regression analysis, this estimated regression line, we have yi dependent variable, x1 and x2 are two independent variable. The error or residual can be given as we have ei is equal to actual minus estimated. We know that y is the actual minus estimated y is equal to, we know that we can write it yi as this is our actual minus, and we know that the estimated y is equal to a plus b1 x1i plus b2 x2i. We put this value, this estimated value, on the place of y hat, and we can get e is equal to y minus a plus b1 x1i plus b2 x2i. Okay, for reviewing the minimization, take the square of the error term. We take the square of this equation. We get e I square is equal to yi minus y hat square. So this is our error, and our error is equal to actual minus y hat square, and we have y hat is equal to a plus b1 x1i plus b2 xi2 whole square. Okay, to determine the value of our main aim is to find the value of A, B1 and B2. So to determine the value of A or alpha, B1 and B2. To determine the value of A or alpha, B1 and B2, which will minimize the sum of square residual. Okay, we have square of error term. To minimize the error term of square of the error term, we have square of ei square is equal to y minus y hat square minus is equal to yi minus into a plus b1 x1I plus b2 x2I whole square. Okay, for getting value of alpha or a, b1 and b2, take the partial derivative with respect to alpha, b1 and b2 and set their outcome is equal to 0. The partial derivative, when you get the answer or outcome of the partial derivative, then put this outcome is equal to 0. Okay, now we have to take the partial derivative with respect to a, b1 and b2. We have to take the partial derivative of this equation with respect to a, b1 and b2. Okay, when we take the partial derivative with respect to a, then our this equation, if you take the partial derivative of this and this part, not include this part, then our partial derivative with respect to a is equal to minus 2. You know how can we take the partial derivative? Power, you know the power, and when you reduce the power 1 from the power, and like that you get the partial derivative with respect to a, and put this outcome is equal to 0. And now we take the partial derivative with respect to b1. When we take the partial derivative with respect to b1 of this equation, we get minus 2 summation 1I into yi minus a plus b1 x1I plus b2 x2I, and put this outcome is equal to 0. Now the third part, we have to take the partial derivative with respect to b2. Partial derivative of error term square with respect to b2, we get minus 2 summation 2I into yi minus a plus b1 x1I plus b2 x2I, and put this outcome is equal to 0. Now we have partial derivative partial derivative with respect to a, with respect to b1 and with respect to b2. Now put these partial derivative after putting the partial derivative is equal to 0. Now we can simplify these three equations into the normal equation. Like from this equation we get this equation sigma or summation y is equal to na plus b1 summation x1 plus b2 summation x2, and from this equation we get this equation, that summation x1 y is equal to a summation x1 plus b1 summation x1 square plus b2 summation x1 and x2. And from this equation, this is the partial derivative of b2. From this equation we get the normal equation summation x2y is equal to, here we have the equal sign. Now our third equation becomes summation x2y is equal to a summation x2 plus b1 summation x1 x2 plus b2 summation x2. Okay, the value of a or alpha, beta, b1 and b2 are determined by solving these three normal equations simultaneously. With the help of simultaneous equation you can get the value of a, b1 and b2, and when you get the value of a, b1 and b2, then you put these value into this equation, then this equation becomes the estimated equation y hat is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. Okay, this equation is known as the estimated multiple linear regression with two independent variables. So keep in mind we are using two independent variables here. Okay, here we have an empirical example of multiple linear regression. We have example that a statistician wants to predict the income of restaurants using two independent variables, the number of restaurant employees and restaurant floors. He calculated or he collected the following data that we have income y 30, 22, 16, 7 and 14, and floor area 10, 5, 10, 3, 2, and we have number of employees here x2 is equal to 15, 8, 12, 7 and 10. You have to calculate the estimated multiple linear equation y hat is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2, where a, b1 and b2 are the least square estimate represent the population parameter, and we know that the population parameters are alpha, beta 1 and beta 2, and we have found three normal equations for this purpose. The first equation is that summation y is equal to na plus b1 summation x1 plus b2 summation x2, and this is second normal equation summation x1 y1 y is equal to a summation x1 plus b1 summation x1 square plus b2 summation x1 x2, and the third normal equation summation x2 y plus a summation x2. Here we have another which is remove that. Now we have the third equation, that summation x2 y is equal to a summation x2 plus b1 summation x1 x2 plus b2 summation x2 square. Okay, we know that these three normal equations come from the partial derivative of error term, the square of the error. Now we solve this example. Here we have x variable, y variable x1 and x2, and we have estimated y is equal to, and here we have three normal equations, and for solving the normal equation we must have summation y. Here we have summation y, summation x1 y, we have to find the summation x1 y, and we have to find the summation x2 y, but we have summation x1 and summation x2 here. Now we find the summation x1 square, then summation x2 square, and then summation x1 and x2. We have to multiply summation x2 and x1, and we have to multiply summation x1 and y1. We have summation x1 and y1. Now we multiply summation x2 and y2 and get their summation. Now we have the calculated values of our variables and their interaction terms. Now put these as sum into the normal equation, and we get first equation 5a plus 30b 1 plus 52b2 is equal to 89. The second equation become as the third equation. Now with the help of simultaneous equation process, we get a value. A is equal to minus 1.33 and b1 is equal to 0.38 and b2 is equal to 1.62. Now these estimated alpha, b1 and b2 value into this equation, and then we get the desired estimated multiple linear regression equation, that is y hat is equal to minus 1.33 plus 0.38 x1 plus 1.62 x2. Now keep it in mind, the more important here, the interpretation of this estimated regression line. If x1 and x2 is equal to 0, then our estimated dependent variable, or our estimated y is equal to 1 minus 1.33. And if x2 is equal to 0, then we can write that a 1 unit increase in x1 brings 0.38 unit increase in y. And if x1 is equal to 0, then we can say that a 1 unit increase in x2 brings 1.62 unit increase in the dependent variable. So this is the more important part of the estimated regression line, that is the interpretation point of view. So interpretation will be solid for any type of regression line. Either you are using the simple regression, either you are using the multiple regression. Okay, the expression of multiple linear regression in derivation form. Okay, the expression of multiple linear regression in deviation form. The computational procedure is considerably simplified by working with the deviations from the respective means of the variable. With two independent variables, the estimated multiple regression equation is y hat is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. As the regression equation goes through the points of mean, we have y bar is equal to a plus b1 x1 bar plus b2 x2 bar. These are the mean value of y, mean value of x1 and mean value of x2. So subtract this equation, the mean equation, from the estimated equation. Subtracting both from both above equation, you can subtract the mean equation from the estimated equation, and you get lowercase y is equal to y hat I minus y bar, and y1 is equal to x1i minus x1 bar, and you get x2i is equal to x2i, the uppercase, minus x2, this x2. Okay, now we get the y is equal to our new regression line. We get the new regression line, yi is equal to b1 x1i plus b2 x2i. Okay, from this regression line we get the error term ei is equal to yi minus y hat. So this is the simple formula of the error term which we have found in simple regression as well, that error is equal to actual minus estimated. Now we have ei is equal to y minus, so this is our estimated part. If we find the estimated regression line from this regression line, then we know that we have to put this part on the place of this part. So b1 minus b1 x1i minus b2 x2i. Okay, now take the square of this equation. We get summation xi square is equal to, and summation at the same time, summation into yi minus b1 x1i minus b2 x2i square. Okay, we have the square of the error term here. Now the minimization process, with the help of minimization process we can find the value of b1 and b2, and for finding the value of b1 and b2 from this equation, you have to take the partial derivative of this equation with respect to b1 and b2 and set this partial derivative is equal to 0. Now we take the partial derivative with respect to b1, we get minus summation x1i into yi minus b1 x1i minus b2 x2i. is equal to 0. Now we take the partial derivative with respect to b2 of this partial derivative of this equation, and then put this the outcome is equal to 0. Now we take the partial derivative with respect to b2, we get this. With the simplification, the following two normal equation, now we can convert this partial derivative into the normal equation, and we get summation x1y is equal to b1 summation x1 square plus b2 summation x1 x2, and the same will be done with this equation, that summation x2y is equal to b1 summation x1 b2 plus b2 summation x2 square. Now these two equations can be used for finding the value of b1 and b2 with the help of simultaneous equation. And now you can remove the subscript I for your convenience, and you can solve these two equations with the help of simultaneous process, and you get b1 is equal to this outcome, and you get the b2 is equal to this outcome, and you get the formula for A is equal to y bar minus b1 x1 bar minus b2 x2. Now you have estimated b1, b2 and A. Now your estimated regression equation become as y hat is equal to A plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. This is known as alternative method. So keep it in mind, you can use this method as alternative, or you can use the first one for finding the parameters of multiple linear regression. Now we empirically solve the alternative method formulas. Okay, here we have the estimated regression line y hat is equal to A plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2, and summation y is equal to this, and summation x1 and summation x2 is equal to this, summation x1 square, and we have summation x2 square, and we have summation x1 x2, and we have summation x1 y, and summation x2 y is equal to this and this. So keep in mind while further solution of the alternative method that we have beta 1 and beta 2. So see, here we have beta 1 formula in lower cases, beta 2 formula in lower cases, but our given values are in upper cases. Now we have to convert these upper cases value into the deviation form, or in lower cases form, or in reduced form. And for finding summation x1 y1 summation x2 square, we have here summation x1 square. Summation x1 square is equal to this, and when you put the value of x1 uppercase square and x2, little mistakes that is removed. Now we have uppercase value here, summation x1 square, and for summation x2 deviation form, square is equal to summation x2 x2 square minus summation x2 square divided by n, and we get this. And for getting the deviation summation x1 x2, we have this formula, and after putting the values we get the deviation value 39, and then we have summation x1 y is equal to this formula, and we get the deviation outcome 85, and The last one, summation x2y is equal to this formula, and we get deviation part 81.4. Now put these deviation values into the beta 1 formula and beta 2 formula, and when we put the values, deviation values, into the beta 1 formula, we get the beta 1 is equal to 0.38, and when we put these deviation values into the beta 2 formula, we get beta 2 is equal to 1.62. Now we have to find A, and we know the A is equal to A bar, mean value of y. A is equal to y bar, the mean value of y, minus beta b1 summation x1 mean minus b2 or beta 2 x2 mean. So we put the values of these, we get A is equal to minus 1.33. Now put these estimated value b1, b2 and A into this equation, and we get the desired estimated regression line y hat is equal to minus 1.33 plus 0.38 x1 plus 1.62 x2. So the main part start from here, that the interpretation point of view, if x1 and x2 is equal to 0, then minus 1.33 unit change has been occurring in y, and if x2 is equal to 0, then 1 unit change in x1 brings 0.38 unit change in the dependent variable y. So if x1 is equal to 0, then 1.62 unit, okay, 1 unit change in x2 brings 1.62 unit change in y, are the dependent variable. So this is the main part of interpretation, and we solve the two method of multiple linear regression formulas, and the first one is our simultaneous equation process, and the second one is our deviation method or alternative method. Okay, see you with another video. Ciao.